What's funny? No, I'm like, what? Outlaws. All right. Machiavelli doing. All right, let me stop. I gotta wear my shit like ski mask. Like ski mask slump guy, cause this shit gonna be in my face a lot. I'm trying to keep hitting me in my mouth. He said, I got cancer in the mouth. And it burns like bullshit. Alright, that was from August Osage County. Great movie with Julia Roberts and Meryl Streep. I did not read the book, but that movie was fire. It said that movie was funny. So he said, why'd you go fuck a sow's ass? He said, for my muscular. It was a sad movie, but it was funny as hell. I remember this one part. Julia Roberts was like, eat your fucking fish. Eat your fucking fish. I swear to God, I gotta go watch the movie. That movie's a classic. And a lot of sad parts, a lot of like goddamn, like some crazy shit that was going on in that movie, but it was funny as hell. Alright, so welcome back to another Bruce Leroy Twitch stream, man. Follow, subscribe, all of that jazz. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob. All right. Also, all jokes aside, okay. For those that are new here, hey, says Bessie, what's going on? Yeah. So, for those that just came in here, you know what I'm saying. All right, let's talk with the clowning. Look. All right. Listen. This gonna be I'm gonna be on my Pac shit because I gotta curse a lot of motherfuckers out because we doing a recap to the Eagles. We doing a recap to the Eagles and Chiefs game, so I gotta curse some motherfuckers out this stream. So I gotta be on my Pac. I gotta be on my death row shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pretend like Suge Knight standing right behind me, endorsing everything I say. I love Rage. You that shit is on point. I appreciate it. All right. So, let me put my hair up. Okay, you go ahead and do that. All right, so, all jokes aside, for those that just tuning in, follow me on all my social medias. Everything's that I am Bruce Leroy. TikTok is Bruce Leroy BIH, or I'm whichever one. All right, so like I just said about 30 seconds ago, this stream. So a few things happened, right? So I lied two times. All right, so I lied twice, somewhat, half truth. You remember that? For those that watch what's happening, you remember? I think Roger and his father. It was the episode. I think it was in season 1. So Mabel, who was the half truth, was crazy. Listen. All right. So look. So if y'all remember what's happening, there was an episode, right, where Mabel was struggling, and so what ended up happening was Roger's father. I forgot his name on the show, but he lied. He was like, so he told Roger. So Roger came up to the father saying like, "Yo, why'd you lie and say that you lost your job?" And then the father was, his name was Bill. So Bill was like, I told him the truth. He said so. So basically, just long story short on that, he lied like he needed a place to stay and like he lost his job because if he had just went up to Mabel and just offered her the money, she wouldn't accept it. So like that's long story short. But okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I kind of told half lie, half truth type shit. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I told y'all that I was supposed to be streaming the first game, which is the Texans and the Buccaneers game. I did watch that game. Now that part was not under my control. Now I was supposed to stream yesterday, so technically we should have did the Kansas City Eagles. Right? We know that was bullshit. No. Listen. You got to give me credit on this, right? So when I said that I was gonna, matter of fact, you was there. When I said I was going to stream the Florida and LSU game, I did do that. So, like, the very first time that I said I was going to stream at night, yeah, exactly my point. Yeah, so the very first time I said I was going to stream at night, I did do it. I just didn't stream the fight because I ain't want to make a bunch of noise because I live in an apartment and shit. But bottom line, okay, so we were supposed to technically do the Eagles and Chiefs recap yesterday. you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I try to book this space, and I was tired and shit. Like, you know how ain't no excuses. Bottom line is, we here. Let's get started with this shit. Like, I ain't gonna waste y'all time no more. All right, so we're gonna do the Eagles Chiefs recap. Like, if y'all been following me for a long time, even when I was back on YouTube. You mean the room is gonna be later? No. So how it works is I book a space. So I okay. So the Florida LSU game, I was at the crib. I book a space because it's nice acoustic treatment. I got the mic and all that other shit. Like, the setup is better. On top of that, the internet is just better here than whatever. But moving on, that ain't relevant. All right, so moving forward, because we here now, it don't matter about the past, it matters about what's going on right now. Like, it don't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And we're gonna finish strong today. All right, so Eagles and the Chiefs. So let's have a conversation about it. I got my notes here ready. So a couple things I want to discuss. So Xavier Worthy was out. There was kind of some rumblings that he might not play. He ended up not playing. Dallas Goedert, I think he had, what was it? I want to say what his injury actually was, because I'm thinking like either knee or the shoulder. But I want to actually make sure that I got it right. Okay, so it was a knee injury, right? So here's the thing, right? And at the end of the day, for those that follow me on my YouTube at Iron Bruce Leroy, last year I was going crazy on y'all Eagles fans because y'all was tripping me the fuck out. I'm like, listen, imagine somebody taking your limb and purposefully breaking your shit. Like, it wasn't even like the defenders. Like, I think it was an incident in a Commanders game when Quez dropped that ball on Monday Night Football. I think it was in 2023. So the dude on the Commanders pulled his face mask, and the refs didn't call it, and he got injured off of that. And speaking because when he did that, Dallas Goedert had no room to land. You understand what I'm saying? So that was that. And then I think I was the Malik Hooker on the Cowboys. I know it was during the Cowboys game. He did some shit where he tried to stiff arm bro, and bro basically broke his arm. So I'm like, I was letting y'all know. I'm saying, yo, he's not injury prone. He got bad luck. Because essentially what ended up taking place, like, number one, the little injuries, he don't miss that much time. But the reason why I wanted to make a point about, like y'all was calling him injury prone, and y'all was kind of being unfair, was due to the fact that the shit that happened could happen to anybody. If somebody, I don't give a fuck how strong you are, if somebody puts your limb in a position where they can break your shit, it's going to get broke. So when y'all was calling him injury prone, to me, it didn't make any sense. So that's why I had to get on y'all about that. But I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't see anything that happened in week 1 that I could look at and say, okay, I know why Dallas got a knee injury. So I'm not going to lie. I don't want to come off disrespectful, at least not to Dallas Goedert, because I like him as a player. I'm happy that he is on our team for however long that lasts. It is what it is. But I fuck with Dallas Goedert. Like, Dallas Goedert is my guy. And to an extent, I believe we underutilize him to an extent. Right? Because even Seth Jordan be like, yo, Zach Ertz, we used to run seam routes. We do not run no goddamn seam routes with Dallas Goedert at all. So actually, he's underutilized, and a lot of you casuals on the internet be like, yeah, Trey McBride way better than Dallas Goedert. Travis Kelce way better. Now, the only person I would agree that I would say definitively is better than Dallas Goedert is George Kittle. The reason why you're not, and honestly, if the 49ers, because y'all call Kyle Shanahan his genius and shit, right? If the 49ers use George Kittle properly, instead of just having him fucking run block all the time, and they utilize him like the way the Chiefs utilize Travis Kelce, we be talking about, in my honest opinion, and y'all gonna call me crazy because I know a lot of y'all really mesmerized by what happened with Rob Gronkowski when he was playing. But I'm letting you know this right now. George Kittle is the most, well, we can say Vernon Davis, but when we're talking about production on the field, right? We're talking about the physical talent, and we're talking about production on the field. What was I going to say? Yeah, pray for it. George Kittle is definitely the best tight end of all time. But at the end of the day, you're going to call me crazy because it's like, in order for me to prove my argument, it's hypotheticals. But The man checks every box, right? He's definitely a good blocker. That's pretty much what they only fucking use him for anyway, which is kind of ridiculous. He got sure hands. I haven't seen Kittle have a bad game or like have a game where he struggled with drops. It's not like they target him in a high volume anyway, which, you know, that's fucking crazy because I feel like that out of everybody in that receiving core. Now, we'll see how Ricky Pearsall does, and I don't know if, because I thought Ayuk was out for the whole year, so I thought he was good to go. Apparently, he's still injured. Now, obviously, y'all know Debo's on the Commanders. But I feel like when it comes to, like, I don't want to say a safety blanket. When it comes to having sure hands, when it comes to, like, yo, a person that's guaranteed to catch the ball every time, George Kittle is the best wide receiver on that team. So I don't know why they don't utilize him, but like, you know, for somebody who's such a fucking genius like Kyle Shanahan, even though he can't get his players disciplined and he lost 2 Super Bowls doing the exact same fucking thing. Like 2 Super Bowls against the same opponent, he makes the same exact mistake and going away from the run. So he had, for those that recall, I think it was against Green Bay in the playoffs a few years ago. This was when Jimmy Garoppolo was on the team. He had 2 elite running backs, and I think one of them rushed for 200 yards. So, like, rushing-wise, they were like scorching hot. So instead of resorting back to what the 49ers have been known for throughout history, right? And it's not to say that Garoppolo was bad back then, but the 49ers throughout history, even go back to fucking Joe Montana, as great as he was, were known, I was writing some guy during that game. Now, I don't know why the fuck I read that. First off, pause for me having to read that. No, Joe, shut up. Oh my God, I didn't say Joe Montana. I'm asking, listen, I'm asking you why okay, this is the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking you, Sins, is why did you decide to make that statement? Like, what does that statement have anything to do with what I'm talking about right now? That was the point. I didn't say you was talking about Joe Montana. Obviously, I'm talking about fucking Joe Montana. No fucking duh. Come on now. Now I remember that game. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So just going back to my point, right? So Kyle Shanahan makes the same mistake twice. So if y'all remember, like, I'm saying I remember it. Okay. Cool. Great. So finishing up my point. All right. So finishing up my point. So Kyle Shanahan makes the same mistake. So he, instead of him doing the right thing and doing exactly what got him there in the first place, which was actually running the football, he decides to let Jimmy Garoppolo play hero ball, and it cost him the game. Fast forward, Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in 2023, and guess what the fuck he do? He wants Brock Purdy to play hero ball, and they came up short. So for all this genius shit he be doing, it's clearly not enough. But bottom line is, Kittle is the best tight end in football. Nobody told you to read that out loud. Okay, so why would I not engage in my chat? What kind of streamer, especially somebody that's up and coming? You know what? You're right. I probably should have looked at it before reading it out loud. You're correct. But just think about it like this. Especially if I'm brand new, what kind of streamer would I be to not engage my audience? But granted, from here on out, thank you for warning me. From here on out, I will be reading it silently before saying it out loud. So great. All right. So yeah, but like moving on, like Kittle's definitely the, if we're talking about like the talent, intangibles, and ability to produce on the field, Kittle is not only the best tight end in football, the best tight end of all time. So we're gonna move on from that. But honestly, when it comes to the Dallas Goedert thing, I'm kind of done defending him, because it's like, even last year in the close to the playoffs, he just get injured at random times, and I didn't see anything in that Dallas game. Like a lot of the catches that he was making were like towards the fucking stick. So I didn't even understand how was it possible that Dallas Goedert got injured. That shit made no fucking sense to me. But I'm not gonna go crazy on Dallas Goedert, because again, I fuck with bro. Like, I actually like him as a player. And to casuals, he's definitely, like, motherfuckers who know the game and watch Eagles fans, we know how great Dallas Goedert is. It's just at the end of the day, he pretty much is on the greatest roster ever assembled. So you're not going to really be able to see his full potential, because we don't have to rely on him as much as we got AJ, Devontae, Saquon, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so Xavier Worthy is out. So basically, they were playing with no receivers. So matter of fact, I'm coming unprepared than a motherfucker. Hold on one second, cause I was supposed to. Kansas. Oh my fuck. I'm just pulling up the box score right now so I could kind of say something about it. Okay. All right, cool. So I got the box score right in front of me, so that's dope. Hold on, I gotta do it so I can still see the chat. I got all these fucking. Oh, that can't even fucking see, bro. God damn, I'm up here doing the goddamn ski master slump guide, and I still can't even see. Now I'm like fucking Rick James. I'm Dave Chappelle. This is some bullshit. Anyway, moving on. From here on, now I ain't doing this shit again, bro. All right. The fuck am I looking for? I'm scatterbrained a little bit. Okay. I don't know why the fuck I only put down Saquon touchdown run in the first quarter. Because now I'm confused. I look like Rick James. What the fuck? I look like Ski Master Slump Guy. I want to know goddamn Rick James. All right, anyway. What the hell am I looking for right now? Let me go to the Eagles, man. Yeah, so the first quarter opened up with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. 22 carries, 88 yards. So fuck it. We might just go have a conversation about the offense then, right? That's what we're going to do. Right? So here's the thing. I seen some drastic differences between the play calling in week 1. So I saw drastic differences in week 2 than I did in week 1. Week 2, we overdid shotgun way too much. And I felt like the focus was off of Jalen Hurts getting the ball out of his hands. And also the versatility in the play calling. I saw a lot of Kellen Moore-esque plays in the Dallas game, especially before the rain delay. We was under center more often, right? There was toss to the Saquon. I know what casual's going to say. Oh, they shut down Saquon Barkley. Here's the thing. Number one, and this is something that kind of annoys me about the Eagles. This has been going on since goddamn the beginning of time. One thing that pisses me off about the Philadelphia Eagles is that the way Sirianni's offense is designed, he doesn't have versatility in how he runs the ball. He overdoes inside zone way too much, even if the shit's not effective. So a lot of people are going to say, well, he got shut down. First off, 4 yards of carry for a running back is, I would say, average. Again, Saquon isn't average by any stretch of the imagination. Saquon's still Saquon, and that Chiefs game doesn't change that, right? But in the same breath, 4 yards of carry is not a bad day. It's typically average. You don't really want as a running back under 4 yards of carry. 5 yards is ideal, but 4 yards, I'd say you got an average day. So, I'm trying to think. Yeah. So a lot of times we're going to say Saquon got shut down, and it's like, if you watch the Eagles and you pay attention to their play call, they overdo inside zone a lot. Right? I only saw versatility in how we ran when Kellen Moore was our play caller. We saw tosses, we saw counters. That was shit that we didn't see in the offense until he came. And I saw that in week 1 against Dallas. Week 2, they decided to go away for whatever fucking reason. It is what it is that. So Jalen Hurts, 15 for 22, 101 yards. I swear to God, I didn't think he was going to be able to get to 100 yards. Hurts had 9 carries, 15 yards, and a touchdown. I think the touchdown was off the tush push. We don't talk about the motherfucking tush push. I had to curse some motherfuckers out today because y'all on some bullshit. After all that, man, let me tell you something right now. I'm going to try to tell you this conversation. Are we surprised he got 100 yards? Don't do this. Listen. I'm going to, you're raising my favorite thing. I appreciate it. Listen, we're going to break everything down. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, okay? Thursday, against the Cowboys, week 1, Jalen Hurts was razor sharp. Even though the numbers were not, a lot of casuals will look at, he had 150 yards and no touchdown. Jalen Hurts had a perf, not the choking Cowboys. Yeah, by the way, we got real quick, I'm going to deviate from the topic for 30 seconds. How the fuck did the New York Giants have the same goddamn offense? And you lied for throwing for 433 yards, and then goddamn Trayvon Diggs had a nerve to do a veiled threat towards Bubba Dub. Are you fucking serious? So you're mad at what every motherfucking fan does, but you're upset because he has a platform. And by the way, let me ask you a question, Trayvon Diggs. Mr. I'm going to allow 500 yards and then pray and hope for one interception. Let me ask you a question, Trayvon. Would you pull up on Colin Coward like that? Would you pull up on Chris Collinsworth like that? Would you pull up on goddamn Tony Romo like that? So this is what we gotta stop doing as black people. We gotta stop having selective, like first and foremost, bro, Trayvon. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. You know what? At the end of the day, exactly my point. Exactly my point. This is what we gotta stop doing, right? Number one, Trayvon Diggs, your ass. Like at the end of the day, like you had maybe I think like the first couple years of shit. Listen, we gotta keep. I have to be serious, right? Because I gotta give my opinion on this. We gotta stop giving a fuck so much about what other people say about it, and we also have to. Every time a black person got a platform, right, and they have to have some notoriety, we gotta stop threatening people to pull up like, oh, I'm gonna pull up on you, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. They have a right to their opinion, just like their white counterparts who also do the same job. You gotta let people do their job. Bubba Dub's job, he's a comedian, but he also does, to an extent, an analysis of the game. He gonna say, yo, trash, this, that, third. That's the way he talk. Like, number one, you won the Giants game. So where the hell is the animosity? Number two, for you to get mad, there must have been some validity to what he was saying. Because if there wasn't validity to what he was saying, you wouldn't win his DM to say that. Right, that's the way you talk. You know what? Yes, but here's the thing. If you watch me, you're new, but if you watch me long enough, I try to be a little bit more analytical and apply more critical. That's what my fucking insult is not. But what I do is I try to go a little bit more in depth outside of saying like, yo, this person's trash. This person. I try to understand and try to find context, if that makes sense. So going back to the point, Trayvon, you won the game. And secondly, this is the season. Why the fuck are you worried about what an entertainer thinks about you? Like listen, are you gonna go up and let's just say if a comedian happens to be a Cowboys fan, and they make a joke about how you played on stage, you're gonna go on the DM and go ask, like we gotta stop doing that dumb shit. Like listen, the only thing we're actually be focused on is getting better week to week and playing for your team. What a comedian and other entertainers do, what normal fans would say. Like, what you gonna do? So if 100,000 people on Twitter like a post saying that you Dallas should have traded you instead of Michael Parsons, you're gonna try to DM 100K people and offer to pay for their tickets so you can beat them up? You sound stupid. But yeah, moving on from that. Catch me outside about that type of guy. I mean, yeah, like, and it's stupid because every fucking fan does that. And on top of that, that should not be his concern whatsoever. His concern should be on playing for the goddamn team and doing his job as a corner. That's not his responsibility to be going and addressing entertainers or fans, like just fans of the game. Like we do this shit. We call people trash all the fucking time. I call my own teammates trash. It's not a personal thing. It's just that's kind of how we talk as fans. Like when motherfuckers frustrated, like yo, you trash, and that's just what it is. It's obviously there's bounds and limits to certain things. I think disrespect is definitely a fine line between. Like honestly, like motherfucker calling you trash. Like why you give a shit so much? But yeah, moving on from that. But why you gotta focus on the sport if he's ass? He gotta focus. Well, you know what? You might got a point, Sid. Like, you might got a point. Yeah, at the end of the day, you might got a point. I'm not even gonna argue with you on that. Like, clearly, if he ain't focused by now, like, I don't think he'll ever be. But like, you got a good point on that. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so going back to the Jalen Hurts thing. Thursday, week 1, he was sharp. He was sharp as a razor blade. Second week, you know what? I'm kind of conflicted because on one end, goddamn, I hate this shit. On one end, I'm never doing this shit again, by the way, because I can barely fucking see. On one end, I think he could have. Here's the thing. I think he did a much better job getting the ball out of his hands in week 1. I think he did a much better job of actually just taking what the defense gives him. There was a couple times where Darius Cooper was underneath, wide open, and he missed AJ Brown a couple times. So I feel like that. I'm kind of conflicted because I feel like that the majority of why his performance was piss poor was because not necessarily due to his fault. I feel like that Kevin Patullo, I gotta be honest, I'm getting 2023 vibes over and over again. And the reason why is the play call looks very fucking similar. It's either everybody going a go route or everybody's doing curls. And there's no versatility in the routes. There's no motion. There's nothing to get the defense off balance or get the defense thinking. It's all the same shit. And then obviously, Brian Johnson ran a lot of the quarterback draw. That's the only thing that's missing. But honestly, the play calling is very 2023-esque. And here's the thing. I want everybody to understand this. I would be remiss just to say Kevin Patullo. That's why if you read my tweets, every time I talk about the play calling, I literally put Patullo/Sirianni. Because this is Sirianni's offense. And you could, okay, so let's just say, for instance, if you just started watching the Eagles, you wasn't aware of Sirianni, eventually, spilling the beans that this was his office and it's not necessarily Brian Johnson. If you pay attention to the play call in 2023, or if you remember, this is exactly the same. The only thing we missed, like I said, like 30 seconds ago, is the overabundance of the quarterback draws. You understand what I'm saying? So, honestly, the play call didn't help, right? When the team was Spagnuolo's doing an all-out blitz, and you got motherfuckers running go routes. That's not helping Jalen, and that's that. And honestly, every situation and every circumstance is different. Every quarterback is every quarterback in every organization or situation is completely different. So we don't know how much control Jalen has to change or alter the offense. Granted, there's some motherfuckers that just do whatever the hell they want to do. Carson Wentz being a case example. Didn't necessarily work out for him. Aaron Rodgers, when he talked about how ancient Mike McCarthy offense was, he did what the fuck he wanted to do. And it low-key worked out for him. To an extent, because he kept getting bounced out in the NFC Championship. But bottom line, we don't know how much Jalen Hurts has control over at the line of scrimmage. You know what? He has slightly more control because Jason Kelce will be the one that's calling out the protection and stuff like that. So now that Jason Kelce's not there, Jalen Hurts gets more leniency. And I'm pretty sure he gets more control because of the fact that he won the Super Bowl, got the Super Bowl MVP. So he's earned that trust. However, like I said before, every circumstance and every situation is different. So we don't know how much control Jalen Hurts has when it comes to changing things at the line of scrimmage, right? I'm assuming that he has some, but not all. At the end of the day, Sirianni's running this offense, and Patullo's the figurehead. But this is 100% Sirianni's offense and Sirianni's game plan. Patullo just happened to be the face of, right? Kind of like, I'll give you an example, right? The Queen of England or the King of England, they just figureheads. You think because there's the supposed leaders of the country that they really run shit, but they don't. They're just the face. What really happens behind the scenes is Parliament making the laws. So that's the best example I can come up with. But honestly, I feel like that even though I feel like Jalen Hurts, again, like I said, wasn't as razor sharp, I have to give him, I think he tried to do his best with the terrible circumstances. And here's the thing, bro. Seth Joyner, legend, definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. For the love of God, stop telling motherfuckers how to react to the game. You can't tell grown-ass people, especially in the age of social media, where we all, the whole purpose of social media is to fucking talk. So whether or not you agree with it or disagree, because there's some people that disagree with their analysis, and they have every right to. The same way that you have a right to voice your analysis, so does everybody else. You can't tell everybody to shut up. Like, we grown ass people too, and we watch the games too, and we have every right to make the comments that we're making because we've been down this road before in 2023. You're not going to tell me right now it's Wednesday, September 17th, 4:36. This is what I can see. You're not gonna tell me to shut up. It's not Wednesday, September 17th. It's October 1st and 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking at the fucking time right there. Al, absolutely, coach, you speaking fast. I love you. I appreciate you. But yeah, you can't tell me to deny what my motherfucking eyes see. If it's Wednesday, September 17th, and it's 4:36, that's what the fuck it is. So you can't tell fans, especially in a social media age, that, oh, nah, be quiet or like stop acting ungrateful. No, if we see bad habits, if we see the same shit for 2023, we're going to react. We're going to talk about it. Now, you have every right to disagree with us, but you damn sure don't have the right to tell motherfuckers, especially grown-ass people, who pay tickets to watch the game, spend their time. Even if they're not paying tickets, they're spending their time. We can utilize that 2-3 hours for that game, 2.5 hours, however long it is. We can spend that shit doing something else. So goddamn it, if we're gonna spend time and money watching this motherfucking team, especially like, forget about even going to the game. Like literally purchasing all of these fucking like stupid ass memberships, YouTube TV, Hulu, Fox One, all this other shit, and then on Thursday Amazon Prime. If we gotta purchase all these motherfucking memberships, Peacock for NBC for Sunday Night Football. If we gotta purchase all these motherfucking subscriptions for this team, you goddamn right we gonna talk about this team, whether it's favorably or unfavorably, but everybody has a right to voice their opinion and feel how they feel. He tried to do that shit last year, cause I ain't gonna lie, and listen, it's not a Jalen Hurts hate thing, but I'm gonna keep it real. Jalen Hurts played like shit in that Green Bay game in that divisionals, and there's no going around that. That doesn't mean he's a bad player, but let's keep it real. There's no excuse for him to play like dog shit in the division. He played like dog shit, and the defense bailed him out. If Jalen Hurts would have played really good, like the Eagles overall, we already showed that we're a better team than Green Bay, even in the regular season. Imagine if Jalen Hurts would have did his part, played up to the standard, we would have blew the Packers the fuck out, because there was nothing that Green Bay did. Mind you, Green Bay heading into the playoffs was, showing some signs of weakness and vulnerability. They was losing games they wasn't should have. Their play heading into the playoffs weren't as strong. So it was you fun to put her on the big screen. Keep going. Girls want to watch you. All right, cool. Cool. All right, bet. So, what was I going to say? Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to kill Jalen Hurts. And the reason being because a lot of the shit that happened was beyond his control. When you don't give Jalen Hurts a safety valve, especially if you can clearly see that Spagnuolo is blitzing. You don't give him any help. You don't give him any assistance. You don't allow him to find a quick out so that we can get rid of the ball. All you're leaving him to do is a bunch of curls. So that means, think about it like this, right? Say that you got this water bottle here. So the way the routes are designed, it's not even like stop right here. It's more or less like really not even a curls play. It's really they're really comeback routes. So you gotta pretend like you're going to the sticks, and then they stop. So that means I have to wait till they run straight ahead. They're not even looking at the ball, and then when they stop and turn around, that's when they got the ball. So it's really more or less, these are more or less comeback routes than actual, because curl routes are stop and it's quick. These are more or less like comeback routes to be honest, and they're all going to the sticks. How the fuck who can he throw to in that scenario? And it's just like, so here's the thing, okay? I'm going to be patient. Not really. I have no choice. I'm an Eagles. It is what it is. Like whether they decide to lose the rest of these games this year, it is what it is. I have to, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to kill Jalen Hurts because honestly, this is Sirianni Patula. I'm not blaming this on him. Okay. So let's go over the rest of the offense. AJ Dillon, I felt like should have got more carries because think about it like this. If you trusted Will Shipley in that first game to like literally play the Kenneth Gainwell role, why not trust AJ Dillon? Particularly due to the fact that here's the thing, right? It gets the defense off balance because everybody's looking for Saquon, but nobody. I'm pretty sure the tape, whatever they saw on tape, it wasn't heavy into AJ Dillon. And that could have been another X factor in the game, because not only is A.J. Dillon a tough physical runner, who, in my honest opinion, at the very least, his ceiling is a spot starter in his league. For those that watch the Green Bay games the last couple years, A.J. Dillon is a very damn good running back. And again, we don't even know his full potential. I'm just saying, at the very minimum, he's definitely a second stringer spot starter in his league. So what? I'm gonna tell you how you could have really fucked up the Chiefs and actually could have opened up things for Saquon and the entire offense. You utilize A.J. Dillon the same way you utilize Will Shipley, the same way you utilize Kenneth Gainwell all these years. So you're kind of giving the defense a lot more to think about, because A.J. Dillon is a good weapon. On top of that, not only is he a physical runner, he's good at catching out the backfield. But if you're not thinking about this shit, I'm surprised I did not see Tank Bigsby out there, because I saw Zadarius Smith a few times, which we'll talk about that later when we get to the part about the defense. But I'm very surprised I did not see Tank Bigsby on the kickoffs, nothing. By the way, no disrespect to John Mechie. I don't know how he's going to be when he gets the limited opportunities in this offense, if the ball even fucking comes his way. I don't know how John Mechie is going to be in this offense, but I can tell you this much. Get his ass off a kick return. He's not good at kick. I'm sorry, you can say the coverage, whatever it is, he's not good at kick return. He's not, or at the very least, he's not good enough. He definitely damn sure ain't better than Will Shipley or Cooper DeJean when it comes to the kick returner aspect. So, honestly, I don't know how Michael Clay's going to do this, but they need to get his ass off kick returns. I'm so serious. Like, he was barely getting that shit to the 20. I mean, fucking barely. Like, I'm no disrespect, they need to get his ass off kickoffs. Hell no. Alright, Devontae Smith had a little bit of an injury scare. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, 4 receptions for 53 yards. Devontae had a good game. There was a time, I forgot who it was. He slammed him on his back, and I thank God that he good, because shit, I was like, not only is he my favorite receiver, obviously he's very important to the Eagles. So losing him, and then like, man, that would have been nasty. So I'm glad he ended up being okay. A.J. Brown. Let me tell you why, Seth, that you gotta let motherfuckers speak their mind on this. Alright? Because not only am I seeing 2023-esque bullshit, A.J. Brown got very little targets again. Very little targets again. How the fuck do we have arguably the best wide receiver in the league, or at the very least top 3 or 4 in some people's opinion? In my opinion, he's the best wide receiver in the league, because you don't have to scheme him as much for him to get open. He's so strong. Like, his physical ability is good. Like, even in his primitive ass fucking offense, where you got A.J. Brown running the same fucking slant routes over and over, it's either a goal ball or slant routes over and over again, A.J. Brown is still, even in mediocre ass play calling, he the best. Oh, they're losing brain cells, say they. Yes, man. And listen, there's a lot of people losing brain cells about a lot of shit, and we're gonna talk about that later on. But A.J. Brown getting the look, like, in my opinion, at least I'll say game number 2, we're looking worse. Oh, don't roast him too bad, coach. I'll try not to. We're looking low-key worse than 2023 in some respects, and I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to say, well, we're winning games. I think the 2023, when we became the worst team in football in a matter of 7 weeks, literally, I swear to God, we started off 10-0. And then that's when the decline happened. We started off 10-0. And then, over a matter of 7 weeks in 2023, we became the worst team in football. But A.J. Brown, the best wide receiver in the league, and you're not scheming him up outside doing the same bullshit-ass routes, and you're not even trying to target, you're not even trying to get him involved. And at the end of the day, this is what pisses me off. You motherfuckers in my comment sections on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter and all that shit, you was like, well, Malik Neighbors is human. At the end of it, mind you, anything A.J. Brown did over the course of his tenure as an Eagle, when he reacted, I think it was in 2022 in the Giants game, he reacted. Then also him reading a book. You motherfuckers blow that out of proportion. You look and you nitpick at any goddamn thing A.J. Brown do. But Malik Neighbors, I swear to God, I think he was even underplaying this shit. Well, what was I trying to say? Yeah. So in week 1 of the Commanders game, he was literally pouting and throwing a fucking tantrum. I kid you not, at the end of every drive. And y'all was in my comments talking about no, he wasn't. Yes, the fuck he was. I watched the whole game live. The nigga was either making a face, putting a fucking towel over his head, or doing some bullshit with the coaches, with the court, with like whoever was on the sidelines. He was doing some kind of bullshit. And it wasn't even about the fact that the offense was struggling or he's upset that the team was doing. He literally was upset only for the only reason that goddamn this motherfucker was not getting the ball. Like, even when Russell Wilson was throwing him the ball in week 1, he was still throwing a tantrum. You motherfuckers told me that I was tripping and excuse Malik Neighbors, he's human, but you want to nitpick at everything. And to the extent where A.J. Brown did not even say anything in the press. He didn't even say any, and if he did, it was light as shit. He didn't even say anything that would be like bulletin board material. He didn't say anything bad about Jalen Hurts, about the play caller, or nothing. He remained, I would say, overly professional. And that's the reason why he has that C on his jersey, and a lot of you motherfuckers that be glazing on other receivers will never have outside of Justin Jefferson. I got respect for him because the offense don't be doing him right. Even I would say even in the playoffs, when Sam Darnold was a quarterback, you have a chance to come back or try to make the game close. Jordan Addison is good. You got TJ, like they got some good depth at wide receiver. You better give JJ that motherfucking ball. That's it. That's like, okay, Jerry Rice, back in the 49er days, right? You got John Taylor, you got Brent Jones, all of them got like you even got Roger Craig who was good at catching out the backfield. But you better get that motherfucking ball to number 8. Cowboys got Jay Novacek, Emmitt Smith. When it's time, when it's crunch time, you get that motherfucking ball to 88, Michael Irvin. It is what it is. When it's crunch time and you need to move down the field, I don't give a fuck how you do it. You throw that ball to number 18. Period. But there's no excuses. And everybody's saying, well, he's being covered, he's being double covered. That's bullshit. There's nothing that has been done differently against A.J. Brown that hasn't been done the entire course of, like, forget about the Eagles, over his entire career. You find a way to go give motherfucker number 11 a goddamn ball. There's no excuses. And here's another thing that really pissed me off. Calcaterra, unfortunately, and listen, I'm going to admit I'm going to have to say I'm going to have to admit my wrongdoing on this. I was wrong about Calcaterra. I overestimated what he was going to do in year 2. I was like, y'all sleeping on Calcaterra. It almost was like Calcaterra did such a great job in our offense last year, at least from a receiver perspective. He was so great in our offense that we actually forgot that Goddard wasn't there. Now, granted, the blocking wasn't crisp, and the blocking still is not crisp, which is concerning to me because everybody and their mama know that your ass is a tight end. Not only do you have to know how to block as a tight end, you still struggle with that. So for you not to be able to make that leap year 1 and year 2, that's concerning. But even if I have to go over to goddamn Jeff Stoutland, who's an offensive line coach, and say, yo, listen, what are techniques? Because we got the best offensive line coach in NFL history right in your fucking backyard, right next door. Knock on that motherfucker off the door and be like, listen, Jeff Stoutland, I know you guys coach the offensive line. Is there anything in my blocking tech? Like, take the motherfucking initiative, Grant Calcaterra. Take the initiative. He's right there. Knock on that motherfucker like he owe you rent. Listen. Mr. Stoutland, I don't know if you got a chance to look at my tape or whatever, or could you look at my tape to see what I need to improve on, or maybe just like in live action or in practice. Take the motherfucking initiative, Greg Calcaterra, because at the end of the day, the fact everybody was like crying about, listen, I had to throw that in there. But bottom line is this: you had the best offensive line coach in NFL history. Right on your team. go take the goddamn initiative and ask, like, yo, how are some ways I can improve my blocking and work on your shit? There's no reason why year 2, your blocking looks, if not the same as year 1, which was horrible, it looks worse. That makes no fucking sense. And here's the thing about it though, right? As a receiving tight end, he's pretty damn good. I would go as far as to say elite, because you remember he made that one-handed catch on the Giants. And I think he recovered a fumble in the playoffs. That I think got a fumble and he was right there. So as a receiver tight end, I'm not going to say he's elite. He's pretty damn good. Patullo, especially if you don't have Goddard, why the fuck are you not giving him the football? Why are you not at all implementing him in this offense, especially knowing what he did last year? You were on the motherfucking team last year, Kevin. Listen, make leave your ass home alone. Alright, anyway, but yeah, that really pissed me off. Jahan Dotson, I don't expect him to get the ball much, so there's nothing really he could do outside of that. John Metchie got a reception? What in the hell was that? Yeah, so overall, by the way, stay calm, coach, at 4 years old, start raging. Yeah, you know what? I'm so glad you said it, because I'm about to flip that motherfucking switch right now. What the hell was that? Crazy as fuck. I don't even remember. I don't remember. But guess what? I'm about to let loose on y'all ass. All you motherfuckers was bitching about the tush push that we've ran for how many? 4 years? 4 seasons? And mind you, there's other teams, even a motherfucking Josh Allen that you glaze like it's like y'all work for fucking Dunkin' Donuts and shit. You motherfuckers be glazing the shit out of Josh Allen. Let me feel that. Yeah, for sure. You motherfuckers be glazing the shit out of Josh Allen. The same motherfucking team that they're trying to get it banned. The Green Bay Packers, they did the same shit. Matter of fact, they added an extra modification because the tight end was the quarterback. Okay? So let me tell you how fucking hypocritical y'all are. You take our Steelo and you guys suck at this shit. But then you want to get it banned because you niggas ain't good at it, but we are. So this is what pissed me off. Adam Schefter was on fucking Get Up, and all these players from other teams, like, you would think it's the middle of the guy. It's not even an off season. It's the middle of the motherfucking season, bro. So that means everybody should be worried about their own respective squads. Why the fuck is Devontae Adams commenting about the tush push? Make sure you catch the ball, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I see you on the Jets. You look like you lost a step or two. You look like it's not even the winter time yet. Ain't no ice on the steps. And you look like you lost a step or two. So I haven't seen what you did on the Rams. I'm going to see this Sunday against us. Because you got Quinyon Ben locking your ass up. Or Cooper the Gin. It just depends if you line up in the slot or not. But you need to be worried about your goddamn team. Don't worry about us. Make sure y'all make the playoffs. And then don't ask for another trade, because you keep, saying you want to trade this at the third. Oh, Grappler was giving your ass hospital balls. Worry about yourself. Make sure you keep your hands off cameramen and control your goddamn temper. Keep your hands off of NFL staff, sir. Take your temper tantrums and go take that shit out on the Gatorade stands, on the benches, on some fucking plastic Gatorade cups. Take your hands off of others. Keep your hands to yourself. Matter of fact, keep your hands on the goddamn ball when Matthew Stafford throwing your way. How about that? Don't worry what the fuck we got going on. All Adam Shetland. What's my guy name? What's his name? Hold on 1 second. Shout out to what's his guy name, bro? Shout out to John Kincaid for calling out Adam Schefter's bullshit. So that was on a radio show. So first off, I'm going to tell you what Adam Schefter said. Some stupid ass shit. So Adam Schefter was talking about well, guess what? The NFL lost in March. Number one, you fucking idiots. First off, Your only job, we don't give a fuck about your opinion. We don't give a fuck about what you had, what you ate last night, what fucking bitch you fucked, what MILF that you had over at your goddamn suite. We don't give a fuck about none of that, Mr. Schefter. Your job is to report the fucking news. So that means somebody made a trade, somebody ass got cut, some cap was moved around. That is your job, Schefter. Your job is stay out of winner's business. Stay out of winner's business. Alright? Losers, stay the fuck out of winner's business. We've been running the same motherfucking play for 4 years. Now, granted, I'm gonna be a little bit unbiased. We did have some false starts in that game. But if you that fucking stupid to literally think that the reason why the Chiefs lost the motherfucking game was because of 1 yard. 1 yard. You have lost your motherfucking marbles. You lost your marbles and your 2 front teeth. You are a fucking idiot. Patrick Mahomes literally had no answer for Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio bringing the blitz. Because this is how the Chiefs prepared as if we were going to do the same thing, bring like a 4-man, 5-man front. So that's what they prepared for because their mind was still stuck on the Super Bowl. But Vic Fangio ain't like these other trash ass coordinators that we had in the past. He know what the fuck he's doing. He's old school. The man damn near been coaching since the goddamn AFL. I'm not bullshit. He's been around. He's been around the block for a minute, and then some. So this not your average ass old Vic Fangio protege, old scrub ass 20-year-old that has never called plays. No, this is Vic Fangio we talking about. This is the godfather of the modern day NFL defense. So you thought y'all was stupid enough to think that we was going to play you guys the exact same way, and you were wrong. We brought the pressure. And it made it easier because who the fuck is going to burn us on the outside? Travis Kelce got a little speed, but realistically speaking, and by the way, this is a little bit of a critique I have about Vic Fangio before I go back to cursing y'all motherfuckers out again. In the Super Bowl, Travis Hunter, stupid as hell. Travis Kelce had issues because we had Zach Bond covering him. So the one little critique that I have about Vic Fangio is that when he put Makubo on him, it was like what, $180. He put Cooper DeGino on him, $188, $190 something and change. That's a very easy matchup. And listen, that's not to take away from Makuba and Cooper DeGene, Makuba looks very promising, and we'll talk about that in a few seconds. Cooper DeGene, very, very good football player, but you're asking a lot for him to guard arguably one of the best tight ends in the NFL, being like a late $180, $190 something. That's a tall task, literally and metaphorically speaking. So what Fangio should have did was, Zach Bond can fucking cover. We know that. Go match up Zach Bond against Travis Kelce. And you notice when they did that, guess what ended up happening? A Makuba interception. Guess what ended up also happening? Less catches. So I would say and from that perspective, I say Vic Fangio, like if I had to make like one little critique about Vic Fangio, he needs to, anytime we play the Chiefs, if they even get to the goddamn Super Bowl, because their team is a mess, you need to let Zach Bond stick Kelce damn near the entire football game. That's probably my only one critique about Vic Fangio. So going back to it, Travis Kelce has some drop problems. Your other wide receiver is Thornton. I don't know who the fuck that is. Thornton here's a who? I don't know who that is. And then you got all these fucking like guys that will probably be 4th, 5th stringers, practice squad players on other ball clubs. In other ball clubs. So you got 4th, 3rd, 4th, 5th stringers playing wide receivers 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to make the blitz easy because who's going to get that separation? They're not good enough. It's not going to be Travis Kelce because Travis Kelce got a little speed, but he not blazing fast. And then Schefter was talking about some, oh, that's not why I said. So the motherfucker backpedaled against my guy. I want to say his name again. John Kincaid. He backpedaled. I know he probably can't backpedal like physically because he'll probably fuck around and tear something in his back and shit. But he backpedaled. He was like, yeah. He said, and mind you, you can tell a motherfucker dead ass in the wrong. You like, listen, y'all ever had a conversation with a motherfucker when you catch their ass dead ass, when they dead ass in the wrong, and so they don't have a good counter argument or anything logical to say back to you. So what they do is, while you having that conversation with them, they start screaming, so that they'll never let you get a word out. So as you checking their ass, like a goddamn currency exchange, as you checking their ass, they'll start talking over you and being super loud and combative, and try to overtalk you, so you never get out that point. So that way, if anybody's listening, or maybe it's a dangerous situation where you're recording their ass, you look like the bad guy. Because you never get a word out. So you never get a chance to be able to get your perspective out, even though you're in the right, because the motherfucker who actually is guilty in the situation keep over talking you. That's what the fuck Adam Schefter was doing on the goddamn radio. He's like, whoa. I never said that was the reason why they won the game. I was just talking about, no, that's exactly what the fuck you said. Matter of fact, now that we're on the subject, because I ain't got time for the fucking games. Play games with somebody else, not me. Adam Schefter, get up. Get your ass up. Type it on my other computer, my fault. Alright, bet. On life support. Shut your stupid ass up. You was on life support after going to the fucking pantry last night, you stupid motherfucker. Anyway. Get up. All right.
That this game was lost in March. This game was lost when the NFL owners refused to ban the tush push from happening. It wasn't lost yesterday. It was lost in March. And there might be a lot of games that the Eagles play that are lost in March because this play is unstoppable. It not only does the defense not know how to handle it, but even the officials don't even know how to handle it. You're seeing the Eagles linemen jump off sides every play and nothing's called.
It's a false
start. So the officials have no idea. Defenses have no idea, and the Eagles get to do whatever they want on every single play in the tush push. And again, I know people hate it, but they have mastered it. They have dominated the line of scrimmage. That this game was.
And can you believe what this sorry motherfucker said? So on the radio show, you said I never want to go up against a play. That sounds about as against the plays I ever fucking heard in my life. What the fuck are you talking about? You lying sack of shit. You lying sack of shit. You wasn't like that. It came out of your own fucking mouth. The fuck are you talking about? Motherfucker came up on that radio show lying like a bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Bro. You was lying like a motherfucker. That is clearly obvious, clear as fucking day. If you can hear and you can understand and comprehend English, exactly, that you were clearly against the motherfucking tush push, that you clearly do not like the play. And it also clearly states another statement that you lied about on the radio show, talk about that. I didn't say the Eagles won because of the tush push. You literally said the game was lost. Who was the motherfucking losers of the game, nigga? The Kansas City Chiefs. You literally said, okay, this the honest to God's truth. You literally said, it came out of your mouth, this game, what game are you talking about, Adam fucking Schefter? Adam Shifter? Adam Shift Shaper? What fucking game are you talking about? The Kansas City Chiefs and the motherfucking Philadelphia Eagles. That's the game until week 2 in September of 2020 motherfucking 5. That is the game that you're speaking of. The fuck are you talking about? You lying ass motherfucker. You Adam Ship Shaper. That's what I'm gonna call your ass from now on. Adam Ship Shaper. That's your motherfucking name from now on. Adam Ship Shaper. Adam Ship Shaper. It's a fucking tongue twister. But yeah, Adam Ship Shaper. Adam Ship Shaper. That's your motherfucking name from here on out. That's it, you lying ass nigga. Talk about some, oh yeah, I will never. You clearly are against this play, and you clearly are stating, and then you went on there and talk about some, oh yeah, I'm not going to get up there and elaborate what the Eagles did right, but you went out of your way to elaborate on how the tush push should have been banned in March. You sorry sack of shit. The fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? You lying motherfucker. You fucking male version of Casey Anthony ass bitch. You're a fucking lie, bro. You're a goddamn lie. Like, bro, not only were you clearly don't like the play personally, you clearly are stating out of your own fucking words and a YouTube short, which is the runtime is about in between 15 and 60 seconds, depending on sometimes 3 minutes. You give it to Miami girl the tingles. Yeah, I got to. Cause I have to go off, especially when you lying. See, here's the thing. I respect you if you stood on business. You didn't stand on business. You tried to gaslight motherfuckers. The same way that you went on that radio show and tried to gaslight John for rightfully calling your ass out. You trying to gaslight this motherfucker? What you think, you Thomas Edison motherfucker? You ain't gaslighting me, bitch. What you think that you that guy off TikTok that found an alternative way to making gasoline? No, they don't gaslight me, motherfucker. Listen, I didn't know you make traffic lights in your spare time. The fuck? Gaslight me, motherfucker. Hey, Chris Jones. Yeah, I gotta get on your ass too. Chris Jones, you are a veteran of that team. You are OG of that team. The first thing that really ticked me off, which kind of didn't make no sense, you got in your teammate for something you were wrong in. You fucked up the play against the Chargers, and your teammate, I know that you look at him as you know, your son or whatever the fucking case may be. But regardless of his age, he was right for calling you out. He was right for holding you accountable as a teammate. And you tried to little boy him. So instead of utilizing, because you want to talk about the tush push, you want to talk to Jalen Hurts about, oh yeah, Jalen, I don't even think you threw for 100 yards today. And then you want to sit up there and fucking cry about the tush push. And then like, you being a hypocrite too, because you would talk about how good Jalen Hurts played in the Super Bowl, and then you want to sit up there and talk about like how and here's the thing. This is what pissed me off. We've been running the same fucking play for 4 years. Now that we've been running the same play for 4 years, we're not offsides. Also, here's another thing too. You got guys lining up offsides on the play. So listen, you get a penalty, you did get a penalty, you definitely get a motherfucking penalty over here. Flags everywhere. Listen, we can have the World Cup right here in this motherfucking room. Flags everywhere. Go! Listen, we got the World Cup right in this motherfucker. We don't care. We don't give a fuck. The bottom line is this. You're in your 30s. Now you in your 30s, you are a veteran, you're an OG of the team. Imagine if Aaron Donald within the last like couple years did some bullshit like that. Sit up there and cry over a fucking play. Aaron Donald would never do that shit. You're not, listen, Chris Jones, very good player, potentially a Hall of Famer. You ain't no Aaron Donald, and you not no Aaron Donald for the same reason as what I've seen the last 2 weeks. You had an opportunity in week 1 on that podium to say that, you know what? My teammate was right. Drew Tranquil was right for like each and every one of us, including myself, no matter how long I've been on this team, we're about holding each other accountable. You didn't utilize that moment to reconcile with your teammate. You utilized that moment to stand on bullshit. You could have, right there on that podium, you could have brought the team together. Okay? You chose not to do that shit. You chose to stand on bullshit knowing you dead ass was in the wrong. You were a part. I'm not going to say you're the only thing that had why the Chiefs was lost, but you were a part of the reason why the Chiefs lost. And instead of you accepting accountability, you acted like a fucking rookie. And that's why you're not Aaron Donald and you never will be Aaron Donald. And then you get up and you complain and whine about a tush push. Acting like there wasn't other factors of why your team lost. So here's the thing. I'm going to admit unbiasedly, yes, we definitely got away with some false starts. But in the same breath, you can say that y'all were lined up off sides. In the same breath, Mahomes and that offense could not get over how we came in with a completely different defensive game plan. And then you want to sit up there and throw fucking temper tantrums on the sideline. How is that a leader? How you act like the OG? I'll be damned if Aaron Donald would ever do some shit like that on the Rams. And that's why Aaron Donald is going to go down as arguably the greatest defensive player of all time. And you're not even, when you retire, you're not even going to be top 25. You're not even going to be, you probably not going to be in the top 50 of the best defensive players of all time. Not even in the top fucking 50. Aaron Donald's going to retire. Like, forget about defensive tackles for a second. Aaron Donald's either going to be the best defensive player of all time or within that top 3, only competing with Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor. You're not even going to be top 50 of all time. Because you're doing dumbass shit like that. Instead of you reconciling with your teammate and utilizing that press conference to do so, and then you want to sit up there and complain and talk to Jalen Hurts about why he only threw 400 yards, you fucking lost. You lost. Why the fuck would I give a fuck about what the other... If Jalen Hurts had 20 yards passing, 25 yards passing, I don't give a fuck what he did. He beat us. He won. We lost. So that's all I gotta say. But all you motherfuckers up here crying about this same play that we ran for 4 years, we're not doing false starts every single time we do that play. And at the same time, if you want to get on us about the false starts, you get on them about lining up in the neutral zone. That's it. Period. But I'm done with that shit. Fuck the haters. You know what I'm saying? They hate us because they ain't us. Period. Alright, let's have a conversation with the defense. Cooper DeJean played good. Again, some of the miscues that Cooper DeJean ended up getting was because he had to guard Travis Kelce. And again, I'm not expecting a guy late buck 80, buck 90 to cover Travis Kelce. So I think Cooper was alright. Jahai Campbell, I really like his... Here's one little precautionary thing I would say about Jahai Campbell. Just one precautionary thing. I like that he's aggressive, but you got to be careful with hitting the quarterback late. They called him one time, and some people actually got mad at Jahai Campbell, at the refs for calling on Jahai Campbell, but you obviously, no matter what, whether it's a late hit or on time, you can't put your hand anywhere near the face mask or helmet area of the quarterback, or just any ball carrier in general. You can't put your hands in the face mask area. That's a no-go automatically. Even if he did not hit Mahomes late, the fact that he put his hands towards the helmet area, you can't do that shit at all. So for Jahai Campbell, I like the way he plays, but he gotta learn how to calm himself down, because if he get like one of them bullshit ass refs, they're gonna keep calling roughing the pass on him. So I like what I see. Jahai Campbell, legit generational talent. But he gotta know when to kind of scale it back some, because like I said, if we're in a game with a nitpicky ass ref, they're gonna call roughing the passer. And even though as an Eagles fan, I'm gonna be pissed that they gave it to him. And from an unbiased perspective, he low key deserved it because he's coming in too aggressive. Andrew Bakuba, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't like the way he was playing. But before he ended up catching an interception off of a Jalen Carter tip, I didn't like the way he was playing. In my head, I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, bro. If y'all been watching my streams previously, I said that the Eagles should have signed Justin Simmons, let Makuba sit out for a whole year, let him low-key not necessarily rancher, like give him some playing time, but let Justin Simmons be the starter opposite Reed Blankenship, and let Makuba learn from an experienced veteran who actually can play. And then I ain't gonna lie, I was like that too, but then, he made a really good tackle, and he also caught probably the play of the game, which was that interception. Which that's why they fucking lost. It wasn't because of no goddamn tush push. But moving forward, and we would have got 1 yard. Like, you telling me Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley couldn't get 1 yard? You telling me A.J. Dillon can't get 1 yard? It's not like we're going to give him the ball anyway, but like, keep it real. But yeah, Zach Bourne did what Zach Bourne know how to do. Jordan Davis, he left the game injured. I'm hoping he's good. Jordan Davis actually had a really good game. I was very impressed with Jordan Davis. Quinyon Mitchell, I gotta respect him. Not only did he have a better game than week 1, he literally was damn near playing free safety because off of a busted coverage that had nothing to do with him, he damn near almost got up to the ball like he was a free safety. So shout out to Quinyon Mitchell, definitely improved. I would like to see Zadarius Smith get more playing time. Joshua Uche got some pretty good pressures. Moro Jomo got a sack. Jalen Carter for his first time back. Jalen Carter's going to be Jalen Carter. Now, obviously, Vic Fangio, he coaches the guys tough, so he's going to nitpick and, basically telling Jalen, like, listen, you're going to need to get in better shape. But you don't take it as much because Vic Fangio know what he's doing. So I feel like he was nitpicking Jalen Carter a little bit, but that's what's going to make Jalen Carter a better player in the future. But honestly, not nitpicking, Jalen Carter played pretty good to me. And he actually was the one who got the tip that ended up being a Makuba interception. Adoree Jackson played better, I guess. Some of y'all was killing him about running into Blankenship when low-key that was on Blankenship. But, he played better. I'm going to give it, they need to give Ja'Cory Bennett a real legitimate shot. But I thought that he played somewhat better. Now, granted, he got his ass whooped on some coverages and low-key lucked out that the receivers were actually dropping passes. So, when I say that he played better, I'm saying that very tentatively. Because it wasn't a whole lot better, but it was good enough to be like, okay, I see why Vic Fangio gave him a second chance, I guess. Let's see what else. Nolan Smith was a little bit too quiet for me. I would have liked for him to make some more plays. He did get a 4th down stop. I believe that the Chiefs went for it on 4th down on the first play of the 3rd quarter, and Nolan Smith did get a stop. Again, I need more. I need more out of him. I need more out of Jaylon Hunt. Jaylon Hunt was hyped. He had a great postseason, had a great Super Bowl. Now it's time to build upon that performance. So I'm waiting for Jaylon. Again, we're going to be patient. But I'm waiting for Jalen's breakout season. I'm waiting for Nolan Smith to continue that level of dominance that he showed us last year, particularly in the latter half of last year. Blankenship played okay. By the way, I always find it funny that every time there's a fight on special teams, Sidney Brown is always on the other. Like, literally, I didn't even have to guess. Like, matter of fact, I didn't even have to see that it was Sidney Brown that was a part of that fight. I knew it. Like, once there was a scuffle on the special teams, I'm like, how much you want to bet the Eagles player that's actually in that scuffle is Sidney Brown? And lo and behold, I was right. What the fuck? Actually, that's not even a good day. Anyway, moving forward with that. Oh yeah, Brandon Man was fantastic, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Young Ho Koo went down. He's having a downward spiral. These last couple years been real shaky for him, and this year it was so bad. It was even to the point where, goddamn, I'm trying to think about what I was gonna say here. Young Ho Koo is so bad that they literally put him on reserve. Like, he's playing, but he was a healthy scratch. So that shit was scary. Like, because Young Ho Koo's supposed to be one of the best kickers. Young Ho Koo's supposed to be a top 5 kicker in this league, and they made him a healthy scratch. That's scary. Imagine if Hollywood did that shit to goddamn Jake Elliott. I'm glad we did it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all may agree with me, disagree with me. Jake Elliott, for speaking of this year, he's definitely the best kicker in the league. Even Daniel Carlson, who y'all been raving about. Boswell, I didn't see too much of him, so I'm not gonna make a comment. But from what I've seen personally with my own 2 eyes, Jake Elliott, if we're speaking of this year, he's definitely the best kicker in football. Brady Man, like I said before, had a good game. Anything else I want to discuss? Did we curse anybody out? Oh, yeah, by the way, I thought it was funny as hell when Chris Jones was throwing a temper tantrum on the sideline. That motherfucking, the sideline report, I think it was Aaron Andrews. She was like, yeah, look at, oh, fuck, I can't talk. Look at Chris Jones holding everybody accountable. How the fuck can he hold anybody accountable? He's sitting down by himself. If I'm holding everybody accountable, and y'all can see, like, when I did my live stream, when I was actually watching the game, I even said, who the fuck is he holding accountable? Himself? Because clearly, he's on the bench by his goddamn self. He's not, if I'm holding everybody accountable, I'm getting my ass up, and I'm speaking to my teammates. By the way, Hollywood Brown, I said that Hollywood Brown was actually kind of, his football career is anything but over at this point. But I'm not going to lie to you. Hollywood Brown, he's pretty damn good. Like he had, like, there were some times when he got injured, but he had a pretty good game against us. By the way, I found it funny. So at the end of the first half, we got a new long slot. We got a new long snapper. I cannot fucking talk. We got a new long snapper. And he moved the ball, and clearly that's a penalty. I found it hilarious how Nick Sirianni was going after the refs and Big Dom had to stop him. But you can't blame the refs. You can't move the ball like that. That's clearly a penalty. So that's on the long snapper. Like you really can't blame the refs on that one, to be honest with you. By the way, there was also some holding calls that the Chiefs were doing with their offensive line that they also missed as well. And by the way, here's another thing too. I don't give a shit, and I don't want to hear any Kansas City Chiefs player complain about calls. You motherfuckers was carried to a Super Bowl last year. You did not have a strong team. Like, play-wise, you did not have a strong ball club. You actually, technically, the Texans were in that game. The refs cheated. They literally cheated. Even in a Raiders game in the regular season, they cheated. You guys, pretty much every goddamn win that you got, the refs gave y'all a bad call. So, I'm going to keep it real. There's not a single Kansas City Chiefs player, not even a fucking practice squad player who we don't even know the name of, should be bitching about calls. Absolutely the fuck not. The Chiefs should be the last team. You motherfuckers was carried to the Super Bowl with the refs. You guys did not earn your way to the Super Bowl. You guys were carried. So stop that shit. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, and Dean Blandino, do us a favor, because you thought I was going to forget about your ass too, but luckily, I got my notes. Dean Blandino, you're only there. We only want to hear your fucking mouth for one reason and one reason only. That is literally determining if the refs made a good call during the game or not. I don't give a fuck about, you're tired of seeing a tush push and that you need glasses and that the Eagles doing a tush push is fucking with your old ass eyesight. I don't give a fuck. We only want to hear your motherfucking mouth. Did the refs make a good call? Did it not? We want your officiating so-called expertise. You have as much expertise as me doing surgery, and the only experience that I had was utilizing Operation Sam. Do the world a favor and do us a favor as football fans. Keep your fucking opinions about the tush push to yourself. We don't give a fuck about you outside of, did the refs make a good call? Did they not? What is typically the protocol of what happens during particular moments where the refs are officiating? That's all we care about. We don't give a shit about nothing else. Please, somebody get this old ass nigga some jello pussy to literally shut the fuck up. We do not give a fuck about We don't care. We don't care about your opinion. We don't care. By the way, a lot of y'all were misquoting Jalen Hurts. Y'all kept saying, listen, when I make my points, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta let motherfuckers know I'm serious. So a lot of y'all kept misquoting Jalen Hurts. Y'all kept saying that he said, shut your ass up. And that's not what he said. Even Fox, mind you, is a bunch of experts in the motherfucking field. I didn't see you after this stream, coach. I got you. Even after all this shit, right? I'm trying to think of what I want to say, because y'all make me lose my train of thought. Okay. So, even Fox, with all these so-called ass experts, literally, I kid you not, y'all were literally misquoting it. Like, y'all said that Jalen Hurts told Chris Jones to shut your ass up. That's not what he said. He said he won the fucking game. Shut all that shit up. That's what came out of his mouth. Why did y'all keep saying shut your ass up? That's not what he said. And I know I wasn't crazy because I went to a TikTok and the TikTok finally got the actual mind you, not only that, I also heard it live. And I didn't make a comment about it because I wasn't on stream. I wasn't on stream at that particular time. But I knew what I heard. So I don't know how y'all. I mean, it's a lot of young motherfuckers that need to get their hearing checked. Cause I don't get like listen. I wear glasses. I'm nearsighted and shit. But some of y'all actually can't hear because there's no way in the hell you heard Jalen Hurts and you literally heard shut like what I heard and what he actually said was shut all that shit up. Like he said we won the fucking game. Shut all that shit up. Y'all saying we won the fucking game. Shut your ass up. That's not what he said. So moving on from that. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all tomorrow real briefly. We're going to get into NFL highlights and college highlights. We have time. Friday, it will be more of that. Friday, we're going to have more time to stream. So I'm planning on streaming an hour, between an hour and a half tomorrow. Friday, we will be like literally just doing highlights all freaking day. So NFL highlights, college highlights all day. And obviously Saturday, we're going to pick a game to watch. And I'll just update you guys accordingly. And then I think tomorrow, we're going to go over our NFL picks before we get started with the, we're going to see if we hit on our NFL picks, which I know we hit on some. And then we'll go over that first, and then we'll watch the highlights. So I'm out of here, y'all. Peace! Hey!